Hello my fellow pod pilots of New Eden, my name is Eddie Rio and this is PvP RoamAntics episode 13. Now, haven't done an upload in a little while and I apologise for that. I've had a lot of work in real life, and also then the sun came out and that doesn't normally happen in England, so I enjoyed that for a little bit. But I always try and jump onto EvE and get in a few scrapes when I can. Now, here I am in, don't even know what type of ship this is. No, it's a claw, and I'm with Atwa, who's in a Caldari Navy hookbill. And then later on we are also joined by Trell, there he is, bang on time, in a wolf. And so with this Vexor, the main thing we're doing is trying to keep a tight orbit on him and get rid of his drones. If you watch Atwa's tank, which is in the watch list up there, he's lost all of his armor at that point, which is pretty bad, and he's trying to sort of make some range or get some distance. The difficult thing when you're in this position is you've killed almost all of his drones. If you start to move away, then he's going to be able to hit you better rather than if you keep that close transversal up. So it's always in two minds of whether to just stay tucked in close to him where his guns won't be able to track you, or whether to try and get out and make some range and save your ship while someone else keeps the point. So good little thing to look at there, and a sort of decision that always needs to be made. As you can see, he switched a bit of DPS over to me and I take a hit, but it's not really a problem. I can rep it up a little bit, and again it's at this point where I have that little thought. I'm like, should I try and get away or should I just keep this tight orbit? So I just decide to keep the tight orbit. He can try and damage me as much as he can, but as long as I keep in nice and close, I should be okay. Why he's not carrying on to kill Atwa once Atwa's got back in again, I don't know. I think by this point he's kind of realised that he's a little bit screwed. There's not much that he can do, and our DPS really ups as we all get in nice and close and we get the kill. Great little kill there, and Atwa almost died, and so it's always satisfying when you're so close to someone dying but you still manage to get it. I think he ran out of combat drones and he only had those ECM ones left, which was quite lucky for us, so nice little kill there. Really enjoying using these frigs and interceptors in nullsec, and in small little packs of 2 or 3. It was coming towards the end of an evening and we spotted a Loki, and there was a few of us, 4 of us about, and I just thought, to hell with it, let's just go for it. We might get this Loki. He didn't look like he was a cloaky. It's just one of those silly decisions that you make after the end of an evening roaming to say, to hell with it, balls deep, let's see what happens. And I don't think enough people do that. People are very scared to risk their ships, as I'll show you in the last fight that I have in this video lined up. But I think people should just try things a little bit more and not worry about losing their ship or messing up their sort of statistics, as it were, and always flying in packs or camping gates and always using cloaky alts or falcons and things like that. I think that the game would be a lot more enriched if people took a lot more risks, I think, and you kind of get that in red versus blue, and also in sort of faction warfare. You got a lot more people just sort of saying, to hell with it, let's give this a go, which is great to see. As you can see at the moment, we've already lost Atwa, and he's warped his pod out of there, and my good man Wolfman King is about to lose his ship. But we have managed to get this Loki down into half armor, but a little bit of me in the back of my mind is thinking that he is bait tanking us. And what I mean by that is he's letting his armor go down so that we keep interested in trying to get the kill and trying to kill him. So he's playing a little game with us, which is a very clever tactic and something I use myself, because if he had full tank by this point, we might say, come on, let's get out of here, and he wouldn't be able to kill anyone else. But by bait tanking us like that, he's probably going to kill us all, because we're so gung-ho on trying to kill him. But look, he even slipped into armor there. Is he bait tanking, or was he taking some hits? I don't know, but at that point it was getting quite exciting, even if he was bait tanking us, that we might kill a Loki. So, but as you just saw, we lost Wolfman King there, which leaves us with just 2 people supplying DPS. He switched over to me and I don't last very long. I managed to get a couple of reps off. I just start overloading everything and hoping that something's going to happen, but at this point I know I'm going to die, so you know, best thing to me is to try and get my pod out of there. Great little fight, really exciting, even though we all died a horrible death there, but we still had a lot of fun doing it. So yeah, take them risks, even if you're going to die, because you'll have fun doing it. Here I am again with Atwa and Trell. I'm still in a claw. Atwa is also in a claw and Trell is in a Ranis. And we found ourselves a hurricane. We've had to separate this hurricane out. He was with a group of few other frigs and cruisers, and this guy was the one who had the balls to go that extra couple of jumps and follow us to try and kill us. So that's always a good thing. Someone's always going to follow, thinking maybe his squad is right behind him. He's probably telling his squad, you know, they're here, we've got him, and maybe they're trying to catch up, or maybe they're going, you know, you've gone a bit too far, mate. We've got other things to worry about at the moment, and he's left out on the lurch for us to try and kill, which is perfect. Oh, I just seen Wolfman there as well. He must have walked off and then came back again once we got the point, or been on the other side of the gate watching him come in. And at the moment it's just tight orbit, get rid of his drones and try and kill this guy. I think we start taking a little bit of rat aggro here and there, which is a bit annoying, so I start making a little bit of range at that point as I've lost all my shields, and I thought, you know, if those rats keep aggressing me, it's going to get really annoying. But I'm going to about turn and then get straight back into it again. We've sort of discussed, you know, we'll try and keep at least one person holding a point. If someone takes a bit of aggro, just to move away, come back again, let someone else take the grief for a while, and we'll slowly get him down. He's got quite a big fat armor tank that we need to work our way through, and I should probably be using fusion here, but I'm a numbnuts and couldn't be bothered to change. There's just something about phased that I just want to just leave that in, because it's kind of a jack of all. It will do against all sort of damage types and armor and shields, so I just kind of leave phase in. It's a really lazy thing that you shouldn't do. You should always try and change to the optimum ammo wherever possible. And unfortunately we lost Trell in the Ranis there. He lost his ship, managed to get his pod out though, but we do get the hurricane kill, which is cool. So a Ranis for a hurricane kill is a good trade-off in my books. Now I'm roaming solo in my arbitrator, and it's kind of a little bit of a jack of all trades, this little thing. It's got newts on it, a couple of guns, most of its DPS is from drones though, and of course it's got a really good tank with the armor reppers there, standard medium armor repper and the ancillary armor repper. I've spotted myself a Scythe fleet issue. I think that's going to be a really good fight. He's got the advantage, he's got a much better ship, he can tank that a lot better than me. I'm probably going to die, but again, you've got to go for it. So this is starting to turn into a really good fight here. He's obviously got a really good shield tank that he can manage quite well, and I can just about manage my armor tank as well. I think he's probably doing a bit more DPS than I can probably tank, and over time he would probably get me. And then what happens? A Scythe turns up at 50 kilometers, starts repping the Scythe fleet issue, and that's it. That is basically game over for me. I might as well just, you know, log off now. But that's the way it is, and you know, you set these kind of traps up. I set traps up with my friends as well, and that's just the way of the world. You want to get your kills, and sometimes you have to bait to be able to do that and to get more people in on the kill. And obviously a Caracal comes warping in a minute and applies even more DPS, so I'm even more screwed. But this is about, I'd say, 50% of the fights that I get in are, you know, have this kind of situation that happens. You get baited into them, and then a lot of support comes out as well. And I just wanted to say to sort of, you know, players that don't PvP too much, or are trying to get into sort of solo PvP, don't be too disheartened by this. You know, just laugh at it and just understand that this is going to happen to you a lot if you want to go out solo and try and get some really good fights in. It's just the way of the world. Well, I hope you enjoyed that episode. I've got a few little bits coming up on my channel at some point in the future, so don't be scared to subscribe, and I will catch you soon.
Hey, you alright, yeah?
Hey, you alright, yeah? Have you you got any pills, mate? You got any pills?
Yeah, mate. Yeah, mate. Tens on the Henry. Tens on the Henry. Yeah, I got vitamin pills. I got ketamine pills. I got like dog shit pills. Whatever you want, man.
Mate,
Tens.
those dog shit pills sound pretty good. How much are they?